This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this 3 or 4 times I ain't telling no lies.
Yo, it's DR Littlejohn from a G Perspective, out here exercising my freedom. Make it a point to exercise your freedom. Freedom is an action. Told you I was gonna take you with me sometime. Let me go on and give you a peep of the backdrop. I wanted to reflect on something while I was out here and invest in spending time on stimulating this with your soul in nature. The restaurants, the clubs, the bars, all that's cool, but sometimes you need to detox. Sometimes you need to get away from the vibrations that are in the city, away from the vibrations of other people, whether it's with your loved one, or whether it's with a good friend, or whether it's by yourself like I am right now. Invest some time out in nature. Absorb some of the good vibrations that nature has for you. Detox from the BS. But speaking on investment, I want to point something out. And some of the G's in the space, some of the people that have been in the space, they understand this, but a lot of newbies don't. You're going to be bombarded with a lot of different information when you're going down the rabbit hole of this space called cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and so forth. Metaverse, whatever. And you're gonna have a lot of different sources that you're gonna take pieces from, some more valuable than others. But understand this, investing and trading are completely two different things. So understand and put in perspective when you're receiving information from people on YouTube or Twitter or any of the social medias. Understand, place the information in one of those two boxes, because they are completely different. Investing is a long-term outlook towards things. Trading is a very short-term outlook on things. Trading, the ebbs and flows, the sound bites and the media bites and the meetings and the things of that nature, those things are going to affect traders because they're on a short-term basis. When you're in investing, it's a long-term basis. So you're gonna deal with some of those ebbs and flows. You're gonna have to wade through the storm of some of the bad news or some of the hype or some of the FOMO or some of the FUD, some of the fear. Oftentimes what happens is most good assets, they may take a tumble with other assets when bad news comes out because of fear. But often when people come back to their senses, when they become more rational, they look back at those good assets and say, well, wait a minute, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed in that asset. I just heard this news or I reacted upon this and I panicked. Sometimes those news bites or stories are manipulated by people who have a lot more money, people who are playing the market, people who want you to sell so they can scoop up at a lower price. So just understand when you're listening or you're out there searching and you're hearing advice, place the information that you are receiving in those two separate boxes. And when you do that, then you'll get a whole different perception out of what that information entails and how you should respond to that. That's something that's not being told, because oftentimes you look on a lot of the feeds and the first thing you hear a newbie saying is, how do I make some quick money? And that same person is going to be the one who gets in, either gets in early or gets in too late, and then panics and sells too early or sells too late. One thing about this game, whether it's investing or trading, it's mental. A significant portion of it is of course the assets and the fundamentals of the assets and then the price fluctuations of that asset. But a lot of that is manipulated up here. If you can learn to control this, if you can learn to not allow what you see or what you hear to not go through filters of logic, you'll do a lot better. It won't mean that you won't have days where you're questioning or doubting your decisions. The objective is to make the decisions with the most logic and the most sound information possible, and then stand with that until something in your thesis changes, which really makes you change your outlook. But that's why it's so important to, when you're investing, invest in sound assets, assets that, irregardless of the market ebbs and flows, it has strength. I'll say it again, phenom. Bitcoin has no founder, no CEO, no CTO, no marketing department, no office buildings, no bank account. It's never paid for an ad. It's never paid for a commercial. It's never paid for a spokesperson, but yet it reached $1 trillion valuation purely organically. That's never happened in human history. That's called a phenom. No other project, I don't care how well they sell it to you, can knock out any of those boxes, let alone all of them. Understand, phenoms don't come around the corner. Phenoms don't come a dime a dozen. So while you're looking for the next phenom, the phenom is standing right next to you. It's already here. Bitcoin is a phenom. Once again, be careful about the information in this space that you digest. When they say it's the Wild West, it's as wild as what you see. And if you're not cautious, you'll get bit or you'll fall off a cliff and get wrecked. This is a long game. Learn the space and the technology. Let me add one more thing to this. If you're just getting into this space, the cryptocurrency space, the Bitcoin space, the metaverse space, whatever it is, if you're just getting into this space, you shouldn't be trading. Trading is not easy. You'll lose all your money. Learn about the tech. Invest in the soundest of the assets. And then as you learn, you can begin to take small portions and put them to use with a trading strategy that you have. But you shouldn't be just stepping into this space and trying to trade. You shouldn't even be asking questions about trading. This is a long game. Learn the tech, especially during downtimes. There's a lot of things. There's a giant world out there. Share those experiences with the people you love. The more experiences you share with the people that you love, the longer they'll live after they're gone. Because you'll reflect upon times that you spent with them and things and moments that they said, and the moments that you forgot about will all come back when they're gone as if they're living all over again. So once again, you got love folks, you got people that you really care about. Make sure you rack up some time with them. Make sure you rack up those experiences so that they can live on. When you don't have those experiences, then you have very little to latch on to. But I guarantee you, if you stack up those experiences, there'll be things that will come to your mind long after they're gone that you had forgotten about. You'll be like, oh, wow, I remember when they said that. I remember when they did that. Oh, I remember when they did that. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's what they meant. That's my 2 Satoshis. This is Dr. Littlejohn from a G Perspective. Want to give a shout out to CBTV and the CBTV fam. Peace. I'm out.